had so many great leaders, and I think that's why we were able to go back to the Super Bowl.
I've always said that you got to have a favorite player.
That's got to be a touchdown.
Football has always been a team sport, but every once in a while, two players sync up so perfectly that the game feels tilted. A quarterback who sees the field one way, a wide receiver who runs routes the same way. Timing, trust, anticipation, and the confidence that no matter the coverage, no matter the moment, they're going to make a play. Across NFL history, certain quarterback-receiver pairings didn't just put up numbers. They defined errors, they broke defenses, and they changed what teams thought was possible through the air. Today, we're ranking the greatest quarterback-wide receiver duos in NFL history, not just by stats, but by dominance, chemistry, postseason moments, and the fear they struck in opposing defenses. Let's get into it. Number 10, Rodgers, Staubach, and Drew Pearson. Before clutch became a buzzword, Rodgers, Staubach, and Drew Pearson were living it. This duo defined late-game confidence in the 1970s. Staubach wasn't just a great quarterback, he was a field general. He was calm, mobile, and fearless when the game was on the line. Pearson was a security blanket, and his deep threat rolled into one. He wasn't the flashiest receiver of his era, but he was reliable, tough, and always seemed to come through in the biggest moments. And of course, there's that play, the original Hail Mary, a broken pocket, a desperate throw, and Pearson hauling it to change NFL history forever. This duo set the template for what clutch quarterback-receiver chemistry looked like, and every pairing after them owes a little something to what they started. Number 9, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. Pure chemistry. Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams weren't just connected, they were telepathic. Adams became the most precise route runner of his generation, and Rodgers trusted him implicitly. Back shoulders, red zone fades, third and long when everyone in the stadium knew where the ball was going. The defenses knew it too, and they still couldn't stop it. Their numbers were video game level, and at their peak, Adams was arguably the best and hardest receiver in football to cover one-on-one. Timing, leverage, footwork, everything was special. The reason they land here instead of higher? Postseason frustration. The dominance was undeniable, but the playoff resume keeps them just outside the upper tier. Still, on Sundays, this duo was a nightmare. Number 8, Kurt Warner and Torry Holt. Speed kills, and this duo was lethal. Kurt Warner and Torry Holt were a major pillar of the greatest show on turf, an offense that felt like it was playing a different sport from everyone else. Warner's accuracy and confidence unlocked Holt's world-class speed. His routes were crisp, throws were on time, and defenses were constantly one step behind. Holt wasn't just a burner, he was a complete receiver who could win in all 3 levels, and Warner trusted him to stretch the field, open space, and flip games in a single drive. This duo represented the explosion of modern passing offenses, fast, aggressive, and relentless. They may not have lasted as long as some others on this list, but at their peak, they were electric. Number 7, Terry Bradshaw and Lynn Swann. This one is about moments. Terry Bradshaw and Lynn Swann weren't volume merchants. They didn't pile up eye-popping regular season stats. What they did instead was dominate when it mattered most. Swann was built for January football. Graceful, fearless, and spectacular on the biggest stage. His Super Bowl performances weren't just good, they were iconic. Bradshaw, often underrated, delivered when the pressure was highest. Big throws, big games, big wins. 4 championships, multiple Super Bowl moments, and a duo that defined postseason excellence. If you value clutch over box scores, this pairing hits hard. Number 6, Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. The heartbeat of a dynasty. Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin were the emotional and tactical core of the 1990s Dallas Cowboys. One of the most dominant teams the league has ever seen. Irvin played with an edge, physical routes, tough catches, no fear across the middle, and he set the tone for the entire offense. Aikman didn't chase stats, he controlled games. Precision passing, calm leadership, and a total command of a loaded offense. Together, they didn't need flash. They needed first downs, momentum, and wins. And they delivered all three to championship level. This duo wasn't about spectacle. It was all about control. Number 5, Tom Brady and Julian Edelman. This is the playoff duo. Tom Brady and Julian Edelman weren't the biggest. They weren't the fastest. But when the game tightened and the pressure spiked, this was the connection defenses feared most. 3rd and long, 4th quarter, season on the line. Edelman always seemed open, and Brady always seemed to find him. Their chemistry was built on trust, toughness, and timing. Edelman took hits, Brady delivered darts, and together, they authored some of the most unforgettable postseason moments of the modern era. Super Bowl comebacks, championship drives, legendary catches. This duo wasn't about dominance, it was about survival. And they survived better than almost anyone. Quick pause. If your favorite duo hasn't shown up yet, relax. The top 4 is where things get serious. And drop a comment right now with who you think should be number 1. And let's see how controversial this gets. Alright, let's get back to it. Number 4, Steve Young and Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice makes this list twice, and that alone tells you everything you need to know. With Steve Young, Rice reached a different level of efficiency. Young's mobility extended plays, and Rice punished defenses for every second of hesitation. This duo was devastating. Precision routes, perfect timing, and an offense that could beat you in multiple ways. Young's ability to escape pressure paired beautifully with Rice's intelligence and discipline. When plays broke down, this connection became even more dangerous. Overshadowed by what came before, but absolutely deserving of a top 4 spot. Number 3, Dan Marino and Mark Clayton. These two were way ahead of their time. Dan Marino and Mark Clayton were shredding defenses before the league was ready for it. There were no modern protection rules, no spread concepts everywhere, just raw arm talent and elite receiving skill. Marino's release was lightning fast, and Clayton's ability to separate and finish made them unstoppable in the mid-1980s. Their 1984 season rewrote what passing offense could look like, and this duo didn't benefit from a pass-happy era. They created it. If they played under today's rules, the numbers would be absurd. Number 2, Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison. Football played at a surgical level. Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison didn't just beat defenses, they outthought them. Option routes, pre-snap adjustments, split-second decisions that left defenders frozen. Harrison was quiet, precise, and lethal, and Manning trusted him completely, often throwing the ball before Harrison even made his break. This duo dominated for a decade, setting records and redefining timing-based offense. If perfection had a blueprint, it might look a lot like this. Number 1, Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. The Standard. Joe Montana and Jerry Rice aren't just the greatest quarterback wide receiver duo ever. They're the measuring stick for everyone else. Longevity, championships, clutch moments, complete dominance across an era. Rice was unstoppable, and Montana delivered when the stakes were highest. Together, they built a dynasty and authored countless iconic moments. Every great connection since has been compared to this one, and none have truly surpassed it. This is the golden standard, period. So that's our list. The greatest quarterback wide receiver duos in NFL history. You're probably upset, and that's not a bad thing. So drop your rankings in the comments below. Tell us who is too high, who is too low, and who we left off entirely. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to Pro Kickoff US. We'll see you on the next one.